Welcome back everyone to Pineleaf Plays The Beorning.
I need your help, my friend.
Now let's see if we can find Ziegelberg.
In the flooded depths of Moria was a great axe Ziegelberg lost. Few have ever tried to find it, and fewer ever return from their quests. Who now remains to challenge the shadows that linger in the dark halls of the deep places?
If you and your allies can clear the flooded passages that lie between Gundlarhan and Gongaroth, we might find the armories written about in the Book of Mazarbul. Could it be that we might find Ziegelberg there? I hope so, Pineclaw. If the records I have studied are to be believed, dwarves erected great mechanisms here to seal off several of the passages when the Greyberg grew too numerous. You will need to deal with the creatures and learn the means of operating the mechanisms to clear the way. I will follow you once I have finished examining this map of these places, for it is very confusing and we still need to keep our bearings. In other words, I do the work of all the fighting, and then you come here back and get all the glory, right? Right. Just to make everything clear. And here we go. The first of the mechanisms. And make sure I've got my inspiration up. Good. So let's go into some of these insects. Yes, that is what we'll be fighting. Insects. This certainly should give us more than 100 XP points each. Oops. Oh, yeah. Oh well. Let's go. Let's fight this thing here. How much did it give us? 1,000. Well, that... we should get to 3,000 in no time then. 500 left. Well, if they're giving me 1,000 each, then this should be enough to level. Yeah. Alright, let's give them this. Got this. Alright, are we ready to level? Boom! Actually, the monsters are here at level 57 and 58, despite the level 59 for the enemies. So, therefore, there is actually a main problem of doing it here. No wonder I usually do this at level 57 and 58. So it could be that the bosses will be closer to 59, but who knows? Alright, now, what do we have here? Oh, well, I'm not going to be able to... Let me get this here. Shenanigans, decline that since I don't feel like having that stuck on me all the way through. And let me take a moment here. What does this do? Thrash 3 is now hits up to 5 enemies in the front. Well, let's see how that works. And the first time I activated this, when I'm fighting a bunch of people surrounding a Zealot of Pain, right? See, that's the disadvantage of it, is having an AoE when you don't want one. And Thrash 3 is probably an easy thing to... I was going to say it was an easy thing to achieve, but then I went and ran out of wrath just before I hit it for the first time. Silly, silly. Alright, there we go. Now, where were we? Oh, yes. Wheels. Wheels within wheels. Oh, might not have been a good idea. Oh. For a moment there I thought I just made a huge mistake. That's the tricky thing with this one, is trying to remember where all the wheels are supposed to be that you're supposed to do. Yeah, it can get annoying at times. But it is certainly one of the most important of all the instances we have here. It's interesting how long it took me to do book 3, and this is the end of book 4. Book 4 is a relatively short one, but it does, because it mainly includes going around repairing defenses and then coming here in order to find out if we can find Zegelberg, and we'll find out what nasty thing happens as a result of that event. Since you can be sure something nasty is going on. Alright, now here's the other one. I think you have to do 2 of these in order to... Alright. And we have more of these crazy things. We'll be running into a great deal of... Don't worry. If you are afraid we wouldn't be seeing these insects again, your fears were completely unfounded. Alright. Now let's actually get myself healing there, then we can take care of the rest. Okay, now, oh, a kudzu tablet. Thank goodness gracious. Because I had one, I got myself a class item, hoping to get a level 59 class item, and a level 59 class item and a weapon. I got the class item and found out I only had one. So therefore I didn't have a different weapon at the same time. But it looks like I managed to have it right at the right time. So that when we leave the instance, I will be able to go in, level up my weapon. Get a new weapon and start leveling it up. Right now, I think my current weapon is around 55. Alright, this is the third one. I think this is the last one I need in order to get to the next place. Alright, that's all 3 done. So far, so good. Right, I'm not blocked. What, I missed one? Oh. Oh, this way. Now we've finished up with the insects for now, and it's time to the toads. Now we really should have introduced the toads to the insects. Okay, perhaps these toads are a little bit small for... I mean, you would think that if there were insects that big, they would be able to support larger toads. I mean, what else would it hunt insects? Alright, we'll worry about this in a moment. Now, one of the things we gotta worry about here is that there is a really monstrous toad. I don't know the exact rules of triggering the toad, whether... I like to do as much as I can from here so I don't accidentally trigger the matriarch prematurely. Good. It looks all fuzzy. Hear muffled croaking from somewhere as if through stone. That I think that's the matriarch. So I just want to make sure that I'm not fighting two other toads when the matriarch comes out. There we go. Because that's what this section is all about. Toads. And here. See how many of them. Well, yeah, maybe I should have changed form to be ready. Anticipate. Know how much wrath you've got. Know which form you can be in. And for how long. That's how to play the Beorning. And maybe someday I will learn the trick. Now, I am at full right now, which means it will only be an awful time to do it, except for the fact that I want to save some of this wrath for fighting this. Bjorn's Might. Oh, it's the first time I used that. Good thing I remembered it then. Oh, why do you always do that? Alright, there we go. Now we're back to action. Looks like there's only one other toad left. I don't know if there's any easy way to fight this one. Is there anything here? Hypnotic flesh. Just says that. Typical thing with toads then. I just want to make sure it wasn't a corruption or anything like that. Pretty sure it's not, but I can do a little experiment. Oh, I think I'm doing this again. Yeah! Ha! My own stun. Ooh! Took care of that. One less toad to worry about. Soon there'll be two less toads to worry about. Two fewer toads to worry about. Next! Alright, now this way to our next puzzle room. And this one, I consider this to be the toughest room of the lot. We've got all your ears, you're running into the insects 3 at a time. You've got a proximity triggered matriarch pair, or whatever you want to call them. So you got a pair to fight at that case. And I think you've got a puzzle to boot, where you got to find all the leverage and all that fun stuff. So it's one of the tough. So this is the room that if you get through this, then you could get through the instance. I think I got killed in this room more than any other room here. This might even be possible that this is the only room where I have gotten. I'm sure there's at least one time where I got killed by the matriarch toad back when I was still learning the instance and all that stuff. It's amazing how much easier an instance is once you understand how it works. You know what to do. It's something that looked impossible at one time. Now, of course, it also depends on what class you're playing. I'm sure I think I recall a couple of tough times when I was doing some lighter clad classes. Now on the Hunter, I did not solo this. On the Hunter, I'm pretty sure I got help from another character who did it because I was afraid of going into it. That was back in the days before there was a decent yellow line. Might be that a yellow line might be able to work traps and stuff like that in such a way as to get through here. Now this is where I gotta be careful now. I don't want to go about triggering the... I can't remember where they start. But this is pretty close to the location. Let's see. What I'll do is I will bring the bees up here. I'll bring them to him, well, at least the guard here. Unfortunately, I still got that guy to worry about. And the spitters don't budge, unfortunately. Oh, I hate when I do that. When I use rush with the intention of knocking them down and find out, oh, wait a moment, I'm in human form. Oh, I just wasted a rush. Because I certainly didn't need it for just a fast movement. Alright, now. Wheel number 1. Like, remembering which wheel is which. Alright, that's one wheel. Let's see. Actually, this I think is one where we really have to be careful. Alright. Let's go. It's interesting how I'm talking about how the pair of queens is the big tough fight here, and despite the fact that there is a boss fight at the end. A notorious boss fight. I still consider the queens to be the tough part. Alright, speaking of the queens, I think I am getting ready to trigger them. So therefore I am going to have something to eat. And we will return next time to fight the queens, if I can trigger them, in Pineleaf Plays The Beorning.